How's it going, everybody? We're here on another ghost hunt. I'll let everybody introduce themselves here.
I'm Jim Davison, and I'm wearing a Major's KP for the Confederate Artillery.
I'm Tracy Cousin, and I am a diehard Confederate admirer.
And we're here on Benner's Hill. And on July 2nd, 1863, Latimer, Major Latimer of the Confederate Army, he had his own battalion out here of cannon, and he found the perfect location for shelling the Union batteries on Cemetery Hill. The Confederate Army under Johnson and under Ewell had failed to take the hill the night before, and it was really important that they soften that battery for any further attack. So they started opening up here about 4 p.m. on July 2nd, and they were really good gunners. They did a pretty fair job, but what they found out was the Union guns were much better, and their accuracy was deadly. And even though Latimer kept firing and firing and firing, his whole battalion got chopped to pieces, and he ended up being mortally wounded, and he died several weeks later from this. So what we're going to do, one last point, you have some 20-pound Parrott rifles down there, which did not get blown to pieces, and they were very effective at hitting the Union lines on the third day of the battle. I don't know how much they got involved on the second day, but we're talking about Latimer's battalion right here. And as the sun starts to go down, we're going to start talking to Latimer's battalion and see if they're willing to talk to us.
Hey guys, I want to appreciate them coming out here and giving us this ghost hunt, and we're going to go check this out right now. So let me flip this back around. Yep, so we're going to be doing some spirit hunting here.
Cemetery Hill, and we were at the Union Battery. Remember I talked to you about that?
Oh, yeah.
And they had the green cannon up there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, those were Union Napoleons.
Gotcha.
And they are bronze guns that are not rifled. They are flat inside. You don't feel any rifling at all. And they shoot a 12-pound ball, basically, like that. They can put other things in there like canister and shot and so forth and so on. But basically a 12-pound load and about a pound of powder behind it. And they can do more than that if you choose. But it was a very effective gun at anti-personnel. Not so good at long distances.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at 1,000 yards, really good. Maybe 1,200 yards, very good. But getting much beyond that, you're losing a little accuracy. So your big black guns down there, your 20-pound Parrots, 10-pound Parrots had more accuracy than that. But this gun was really good against people. And the Confederates, they captured as many of those as they possibly could, but they also made their own version, and that's this. This too was a bronze piece, and it was fashioned very similarly, except it doesn't have the elaborate ball at the end, the cascabel, and it doesn't have the elaborate flaring up here. One of the advantages of the bronze guns over the iron guns was that they didn't explode, and which is very important.
It sounds like it would be.
The difference is bronze is softer, and it doesn't shatter as easily. So given that it's softer, when you fired something, it tended to expand and contract. Okay, very weird phenomenon, but that's the way metal works. And the iron used by the Union Army to manufacture their pieces initially was more brittle than this, so they really preferred the bronze guns. And when they first made the Parrott rifles that you see down there with the big bands around the butt end, they didn't have the big band around the butt, and they would explode, killing the cannoneers. So they started heat shrinking those big bands of iron on the back. Eventually they came up with what we call a 3-inch ordnance rifle, which took a smaller shell, but it had a really great trajectory. It could aim and really hit a lot of things at a distance very, very well. And that was wrought iron. They banded iron around like this and hammered it into place over and over and over and over again so that it could handle the pressure of the explosion very, very well. Those were quite good guns. But even with that, Union artillery commanders preferred the Napoleons, because in most battle situations, this is what worked best for the artillery. Okay?
Decent.
So Benner, of course, had his Confederate Napoleons up here. When is a good time to start?
Great.
Right here.
You read a recorder.
You don't see them with their full uniforms on, just pumping away with these cannon. They took their shirts off.
Which one is record?
And that was very common.
The round
And
one?
so they were subjected to powder burns,
Oh, yeah.
fire, etc., etc., etc. And also, you can see them with cigars hanging out of their mouth. I mean, it was like they're doing their job, but hey, I'm going to do something fun while I'm doing it. That's all I wanted to say.
Hey Jim, can you explain what each piece of equipment is for the
What
camera?
this is?
What all the equipment is for the camera?
Won't turn off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what does that do exactly?
These are dowsing rods.
Won't turn off.
I can't help you if you can't do it. Sorry. These are dowsing rods, and if you bring the right attitude to the battlefield while we do this, and you're humble in front of the spirits and so forth, you can ask them to cross them for you, and more than likely they will. That's kind of the way it works, and they can go either direction, but usually crossing works very, very well. They're very sensitive. And Kira's carrying a recorder, so she's gonna have a digital recorder going. And Jake, you have in your hand what we call a K2 meter, and it's probably just got the green dot lit up on
Yeah,
the left,
currently.
right?
Yeah,
And if you start getting some activity, it'll charge up. You'll get more.
I gotcha.
And Tracy, you've got the other EMF detector, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. She's got another EMF detector, and when
Today's
that's
June
on,
11th.
if it gets,
No.
we get a nice burst of EMF,
July 11th.
electromagnetic frequency
July
energy,
11th.
hers will make a beeping sound, and we'll know that something's happening, as well as yours. We're here on July 10th, or is it the 11th?
The 11th. It's 7-11 day.
July 11th. And I've got a KP on that would be worn by an artillery major or a captain. And I'm doing this to honor Major Latimer, who was here. And Tracy over there is wearing a KP that would be worn by an artillerist, any artillerist here. Probably have more adornment to it. And we're here very humbly asking you, if you're at these guns still, would you please show yourselves? And I'm going to borrow the K2 meter and go from position to position asking the question. So we're here very grateful for your sacrifice. We know that many died here. We know that many were terribly wounded here, shelling Cemetery Hill, trying to push the Union off so that Johnson could attack, Ewell could attack, Early could attack. So I'm going to ask if there's any Confederate artillerists standing in this position, in the number 3 position on the gun. If any of you are here, could you please come nearby and light this up for me? You can also speak into this recorder. It'll pick up what you say to me. Were you with Latimer's battalion? Who was your commander at this position? Is there anybody in the number 1 position up here on the gun? Anybody here on the number 1 position? We ask you very respectfully, and we are here to honor you. We would like to know that you're here with us as well. I'm going to step in front of the muzzle. Please don't fire on me. Is there anybody here on the number 2 position on the gun? Either worming or standing by for ammunition? Tell us if you took any casualties, and if you did, how many on this gun or in this position. Now I'm in the number 4 position. Is anybody here in the number 4 position? Now I'm going to move back here toward Jake and a little bit further for the gunner. Do we have anybody here that was gunning this position?
If you guys want to go over there, because there's a lot of activity along the tree line.
Well, thank you if you spoke to us. I didn't pick up any EMF. Did you get any EMF, Trace?
What's that, hon?
Did you get any EMF?
No, I haven't even pulled it out yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been talking and looking and seeing.
Okay. Battery. If anybody here from the battery is present, would you please cross these rods? Anybody here on this position? From Major Latimer's battalion or Demet's battery. Were you with Jackson's Corps at Chancellorsville? Anybody here in command? Please cross these rods. All right, thank you. We'll move on to another position. She's got a lot going on over there, she said?
So there's a bunch of little tree lines.
We're gonna go over into the tree line over there.
I saw a bright light before it.
With the naked eye, I see them develop, and I see soldiers come to me, and I see the time-stamped scene in which whatever time it happened appear. So I see soldiers in tents. I see inside of buildings start to develop. I see civil scenes develop, and so that's what I see.
Very
And, I
interesting.
do talk. Okay.
This is nice. See, if I could get like a little house, like right in the corner.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
This, Jake, is a 10-pound parrot rifle. And they had 20-pound parrot rifles up here too. And the cannon over there on your right is the 3-inch ordnance rifle that was wrought iron.
You said you got them across.
Yes, these crossed for me when I asked them if they were here. And thank you very much for doing that. These are very, very sensitive.
And like these trees wouldn't be here, obviously, back then.
No. Well, you can see we've got a commanding position up here.
Yeah,
You
on
can
top
see
of
so much of the battlefield from up here.
a upper advantage.
Eventually, they'll probably cut these down to give you a better idea what they could look at.
I know sometimes they do controlled burns in the area here.
We did one 3 years ago. Somewhere in there.
They took down a lot of trees on Plum Run too.
It's actually one of the most eco-friendly ways of doing it too.
A burn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The average soldier and what they went through, especially before a battle. It wasn't fun.
That was very beautiful. If you're here, would you please cross these rods and come to you respectfully, honoring what you did here, knowing the great sacrifice that you made for the Army of Northern Virginia and the state you represent. Thank you. Thank you for crossing these rods.
There you go.
Thank you for showing yourselves. Really appreciate that. You got any rods crossing, Tracy? Rods are crossing on both guns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, she said there's a lot of people here.
There's too many to count.
that's awesome.
There's just way too many to count.
Can you tell if they're Confederate?
We just
There's a feeling that I get that absolutely
go.
it is, because this is where they were.
Yeah.
And they were bombing the hell out of Cemetery Hill, Holtzville, and Stevens Mill.
None of these trees would have been here.
Yeah. It's crazy how the trees over here look like they're red right now because of the sunset.
They are.
Around here, actually.
What's that?
I have no idea if there's any witness trees even around here. There's only a few witness trees in Gettysburg.
Yeah, I don't see any big ones around
That
here.
is it.
I believe you. Yeah, none of these look old enough, do they?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, you know what? And they do go when they get like this. Oh yeah. Oh,
Because they use
absolutely.
them.
You've got a new canvas going on here. But there's Minet balls up the yin yang.
Probably.
Whenever you use your rods, and I'm just saying rods only, say a prayer every time you're going to use them.
Okay.
Like if you're going to be it 20 times, say a prayer every time.
All right.
Because you don't want anything coming your way.
You don't want anything demonic.
No. No, there aren't anything demonic around here.
Thank
It's
you.
just a safe thing
Thank
to
you
do.
for doing that. And please speak into the recorder there if you're here. Tell us your name. Tell us what battery you were in. Tell us if you were wounded or killed.
Put the EMF up here too. See, there's a right there.
See if you can light this machine up. If you just come nearby, you can draw energy from any of the three of us. Take all the heat out of Kira, take all the heat out of me. Jake needs his heat. Please use that to show us that you're here. They will light up. Isn't it beautiful out here?
Yeah, it
Oh my
feels really
gosh.
nice and relaxing.
What a great spot.
Yeah, be careful because they might have used their energy and stuff like that on the 4th, like surfacing and all that. I gotta show you some pictures I got at the fireworks. There's a green dude.
You think they use it even up here?
Well, yeah, people were all up here watching fireworks from here.
Oh.
But like out here, it's like a whole another different scale.
Nice sunset over there.
We're starting to get some darkness
What's that over there?
in these woods.
Something round over there. A metal thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a tank or something of some sort.
Yeah, it looks like an oil tank maybe.
Yeah. Looks like there's a house over there too. If any spirits are here, we really appreciate you showing yourselves. For a change, and they went wrong for the Army of Northern Virginia. And we mourn for your loss. You see, Jake, where they left some tokens,
Oh yeah,
and stones and such.
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Some people leave pennies or other coins. Some people leave little stones.
Is that a feather over on that thing there? Maybe? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
Something sticking up on the top of it,
Yeah.
looks like. Stomp. Well guys, I just did these rods here and they went toward me, one touched my shoulder, and then I was like, it's touching me? Can it not touch me? And so then it went the opposite way and went all the way to my other shoulder. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, it's definitely neat. I wasn't doing anything, so see what else we see here. Flip it around. We are losing sunlight here.
keep imagining mists through this, but I'll have to review it.
It'll probably look much better too when it's just on a bigger screen.
Mm-hmm.
Major Latimer. And I did, and I told him about you and that you are a super fan, big fan, and that you'd like to know the towards you too, don't forget. So, and I got a God bless you from all the men here.
That's wonderful, Tracy. Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
you're very welcome.
You know where he is right now?
He's over here in the corner. That's who I was talking to. There's a lot of them. They are right there.
Do they prefer I move toward them or stay there?
They said they would come to you. So that's
thank
one thing. I'm not sure if I like this camera, but there's so many right here.
I'm not pointing a weapon at you. I'm pointing something that is hopefully showing me that you're here. Much like a moving daguerreotype. Speak to me, I'd be so grateful. Thank you for talking to Tracy. She's a great historian and a great fan. Awfully good person. I'm so grateful for you being here.
I'm not sure if I like it.
This is a good spot, isn't it?
Huh? What's that?
Where we are, it's a good spot.
Oh yeah.
Here you all. If you're here, Tracy says you're here, and I'm really grateful. We respect you so much. And I love the art. Very good. We'll just use 6 ounces. Honestly, didn't know you had a 3-inch ordnance up here. I know you had the parrots. I'm sure it made a difference in your counter battery fire.
I don't know if you guys can see there's at least 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I see 6 deer down there. They're kind of like along. There's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. They're just grazing there. Let's go walk this fence line here.
get one back?
Yep.
Yeah, it's active now. They're here now, and they're right here. They're coming this way. I can show you their energy. I can see their
Oh, you
outlines.
got some good stuff. I'm gonna take some pictures.
Yeah, now's the time right now.